Look at that beautiful night out there. It's the end of 2017. The year has been beautiful. There's been a few wrinkles, but for the most part, the year has been fantastic. And so I feel inclined to go live and tell you guys Happy New Year in person. Well, I'm not in person, but I'm about as close as I can get with all of you. Look at the Christmas tree. That's my tree that I decorated about a month ago. And it graduated. That little Christmas tree used to have little green lights on it. Now it's got full-size Christmas lights on it. Now, the other thing is, I was going to show you the moon, but where did it go? Where's the almost full? There it is. See it? Up my nose? I'm like leaning out the door about to fall. It is about 15 below, maybe 20. I was out flying this morning and it was wind chill of minus 42. And so we had to load in the hangar. That's a limitation that we have with flying. I'm a air medical pilot. But you're here with Frosty Life because you're probably a subscriber. That's why you got a notification that we're going live. And we wanted to just say Happy New Year and finally get to that list of questions and answers that we've been saving since probably April. But Karen and I both got new jobs, and it has been, and we remodeled the upstairs. Do you like it? This used to be a daycare space. Karen used to do professional daycare out of the home. She did that for 20 years. Look at this. Mason is just thumbs up. He knows I've got the video camera on. We're live, buddy. Mason does not want to sneak outside tonight. I guarantee it. Hey, I shut off the light on myself. I better get downstairs where the fire is because I am freezing. And come on, Mason. Come in the warm room. Come on. We got a bunch of YouTubers visiting. People who like Frosty Life are here visiting us tonight. And I have a list of question and answer. But first, I need to get you mounted on my tripod. Bear with me. That's what the mama bear said. Oh, bear is with me. Dad joke. I cannot see your comments, so I'm going to try, because the camera is there. Actually, I can see it if I put these on. Happy New Year from Christine in Fargo. Hey! Someone in Fargo is watching us. Very cool. And I know I have subscribers from Fargo too, but people all over the world, I welcome you to the Frosty Life. Fargo? They just said so. Oh, cool. This is Christine from Fargo. So I'm going to try and go and see where I can see your comments on my laptop. Karen's going to help me. We have been holding and traveling, or I have been traveling with this list of question and answers since April, because we invited you guys to ask questions and answer, and we'd give answers. We're going to see if we can. There it is.
Oh, is that us?
Yeah, that's the live Hey, we're on YouTube. Look at those people. Have you watched that?
Well, we should.
This is Frosty Life.
So we should look there, not here.
But the questions are right there.
Oh, okay.
So that's our viewer from Fargo. I didn't know your name was Christine. Oh. Huh. Well, hi.
Hello.
Okay, so I'm gonna have Karen. We're new to this.
Somebody's.
Huh?
Something about the Amanda's and.
Yes, my daughter is in. Well, she's been in Winnipeg through the weekend, and she loves going there to visit. She got her passport.
Too bad she's closed, but yeah, she's closed
well,
the weekend.
Oh, closed for the weekend. Hey, Happy New Year! I want to wish you all a Happy New Year.
I am.
Some of you.
Is in Fridley. Hey, hi
Fridley. Hey, we were just through there
when
we visited my folks. My folks live in the Twin Cities, and Karen's family lives in the Twin Cities. In fact, we met in high school in the Twin Cities.
We did.
And I used a corny line, and Karen I offered her a ride home. She didn't know who I was. She declined. Smart girl. That's how I knew she wasn't dumb.
Dark Queen 7, what's your first name? I keep trying to tell my mom about your channel, and all I can say is Frosty's C channel.
Frosty Life.
Frosty Life.
So I'm Tom. This is Karen.
Karen.
We have 3 daughters. Amanda is the youngest.
Oh.
Kate is our middle child. She helps me with the channel a lot. And Callie, you're going to see more of her. She's going to be putting up videos from... Are you getting a little warm there by the fire? So Callie, our oldest daughter, is going to be putting up some videos from the house that she owns in a small town nearby. So I'm proud of all my daughters. We both are. And we met in high school. And we're Frosty Life. That's probably why you guys are here. You know some of our story. But we're going to go through some of the question and answers and celebrate New Year's. I'm surprised how many people are joining us for New Year's. How many?
Hi, Bruce.
We got 38 people right now.
Bruce's question was...
Bruce is here.
Hi, Bruce.
We've always broadcast live when Bruce misses it. And he's working or something. And by the way, Bruce made a video trailer for us for Vlogmas. And you guys have to see it.
Didn't he make one like lots of years ago too?
Nope, that was Dutch Bud.
Oh, okay.
Bruce just made a video of us, and it's on our Facebook, and it's also linked on some of our videos. I'll put a link below after this live video gets posted. How do I say that? This video will be posted so that everyone that missed it can see it later, and I'll put it in the description.
So Bruce wants
below.
to know what my biggest garage sale score is. Well, we've done a couple of them, but the one that I can really remember is I got an American Girl doll for $3. So that was a good score. And
American Girl dolls go for good money.
I used them in my daycare, and then So
in our video in Chicago, we went into the American Girl store.
Yeah.
And I was opposed to it, but you know, I'm a dad of 3 daughters, so I have to get over myself and just go in. Hey, they took me to the Garmin store, so it was a train.
That's true. Anyway, so that was a good deal. And then this past summer, I found some really nice silver jewelry, which was really pretty. So that was pretty good. So that's kind of good.
Silver's fun to find because everyone's shopping for gold, and sometimes the silver just sits there all through Saturday morning. Hey, garage sales, if you don't garage sale, just know this. Thursday morning is the place to be.
That's the bomb.
Skip work, call in sick, or take a PTO. But go garage selling on Thursday. But Friday is okay, but Saturday by noon, they're done.
So Dee Dee from Brainerd is here. Hi, Dee Dee.
We have a lot of Minnesota people.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's cold in Minnesota. This morning it was minus
Linda
42
from the UK. Hi, Linda.
for the wind chill.
Yeah.
Hey, the UK. So, are any of our viewers currently in 2018? In other words, have you already experienced New Year? Let us know in the comments.
We have not.
We have New Year coming up in a couple hours. In fact, we're already up later than last year.
Oh.
It's 10 o'clock local here. We're in Central Standard Time.
Okay, so I am El Wayno wants to know how many cats and dogs you have had since we got married. Okay, so this is going to be tough. 1 dog. That's easy.
Yeah,
that's just
Sadie. And our daughters each have a dog. Lily is belonging to Callie, and Rollo belongs to Kate. And so that's it for dogs. I grew up with a dog named Starshine when I was a kid. And you grew up. Did you ever have a dog? You had a cat.
No.
You
My
had
sister had
Elmer.
Bootsy. Oh, and then Elmer. Yeah,
Elmer. So that was before we were married. After we got married, before we got married, I had a cat in my apartment, which was very unlike me. I was a dog guy, but in the apartment, I could sneak in a cat. And so I did, and his name was Fat Cat. That's what the people named him.
Or Big Kitty.
Big Kitty. We called them both. And then we got married. We had Fat Cat, Big Kitty, until about the time Callie was born. And he died of a heart attack, right?
Then we had Dakota.
Dakota was a feral cat, true feral. I mean, like, he would rip our skin off of our hands. And so he lived in our basement, and we stayed away from him. We fed him every day.
He was scared.
And I thought after a year he would acclimate. So Karen's sister knew a guy that would take in this cat and take good care of him. And he got along with feral cats. He didn't want a cat that snuggled on his lap. He wanted a cat that was around. And so it was a good combination. So we gave up Dakota because we moved twice during that year. And we moved back to Minnesota.
Then we had
Snowball. Snowball was a baby kitty, also born outside. And Snowball died in Callie's hands of a congenital heart problem. It was he was the runt of the litter. He was bigger than the other cats, and we figured later that he had. I'm a medical person, so I knew he had the symptoms of congestive heart failure caused by a enlarged heart. So as a kitten, he died. So that was kind of a heartbreak. And then we got Samson, and Samson ran away. We were in a small town in northern Minnesota, and he grew up outside, and he lived outside, and he took off. And we only had him for a short time. Yeah. But I have a few videos. What do we have
after Samson then?
After Samson, we got Sammy.
Well, then Sammy.
Sammy we had for 15 years.
He was a good cat.
Yep, you'll see him on some of our older videos. We did a tribute to Sammy. He lived to age 15. He was adopted at age 1. And
vet?
No, he was a military family.
That's what I mean, a military vet.
Oh, military vets.
Yeah.
Sounds like veterinarian.
Oh, no. Like
and both the couples got deployed, and they had to give up their kitten. And so Sammy lived with us. He was an outdoor cat. We won't do outdoor cats. It's a long discussion, but we don't want an outdoor cat in the future. Sammy he was great. He owned the entire neighborhood. He would fight. He displaced his hip one day, and he was injured for 2 weeks, and it finally went back into place. He took a lot of care and a lot of vet bills to take care of an outdoor cat. Also fleas, worms, and we kept paying for this stuff to get fixed, but Mason can't be outside.
So to answer that question, I think we're up to 9 cats and 1 dog.
There it is.
If you're going to answer every question like this here, we're going to be here till 3
a.m. Till next year. Till next year. Dad joke. Get it?
Dad joke.
Okay. So we're answering your questions here, but I also have a list here.
But I think this is more fun because it's live.
Because it's live. Let's give these priority. Well, I'm new to live stream. We're sitting by the fire. Karen's back is getting hot. And I am impressed that so many people have joined us on New Year's Eve because it's a busy night for a lot of people. But if you're like us, you like to stay home by a warm fire. We actually cooked steaks in the fireplace.
It was really good.
Oh, it was filet mignon. All these French words. How do you say that? Filet mignon. And it was fantastic. That's all I know.
Somebody wants to know.
What's that question? Oh, they like you. You're saying that you like that I answer back the questions. That has been always, since day one, one of my biggest motivations is your comments. Your comments keep me going, and it's very important to me to try to answer those. And I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm feeling horrible. I almost felt like quitting this month. No, don't worry, I won't quit. But because I completely have lost the ability to keep up with comments. I don't mean to be growing, but my channel is growing and I have a lot more subscribers and a lot more comments coming in. There's hundreds a day, and I'm trying my very best to answer them all. And I feel, Karen says, you just can't do that. You can't. And I'm staying up late, losing a little sleep. I'm not blaming anyone, but I'm just saying I want to answer all the questions. It's very important to me.
Lowboy, Lowboi says, oh my God, it's my neighbor. So I don't know. Is my neighbor
seriously
spying at me? Hi, neighbor. Did you just move in? We got new neighbors.
Oh, you can, well, come over and tell me tomorrow who you are. First of all, this is the truth. When we moved into the lake home, I had made a decision not to tell any of the neighbors what I do. And even here, I only told one neighbor what we do. Two?
But the third knows because she saw you on the roof once.
Oh, yeah, and another neighbor knows because she saw a live feed of a blizzard of her house on Weather Channel. Her boys said, Mom, that's our house. It's live. It was during a blizzard, so they know. But a few of our friends in the neighborhood know what we do, but for the most part, I don't tell people what we do in my personal life. I like that you guys like my channel, but I don't want someone to like my channel just because they know me. So I actually, even at work, I don't tell anybody. This is like a secret. You can announce to the whole world things, and people that you personally know don't. Not even my parents watch every day. My mom likes to see some of the dog and cat videos.
Oh, Bruce wants to know if Coho is full time at the lake. Not right now because of the cold.
Yes,
and it's very, very cold, and we don't want him to be out there. And Kate is out there, but she's not. She's kind of back and forth between there and her boyfriend's house and stuff. So.
Bruce, you gave a great segue.
Segue.
I like that word, segue. You can ride them in Florida. You know what a Segway is? You're right. It looks like a skateboard.
Okay.
Anyway, that's our first question on our list.
Yeah.
Will Coho live at the lake? That was our initial intention. We said during our whole series in July when we accidentally adopted Coho that he was going to live at the lake. Our intention was to have 2 cats at the lake and 2 cats at this house here. Coho
There's 2 of them down there.
yeah, we got Coho and Mason right here. Coho is very high energy. A lot of viewers say that they think he's Bengal cat, and I would tend to agree with that. Oh, you're going to hold them together. Good thing they're good brothers now. They get along.
See, there they are.
You used to not be able to do this. There's this. Oh, yeah, see? Oh,
Hey,
you're okay.
hey,
Here,
hey,
why
hey.
don't I hold Mason? Because he's like, no, Mason is like my cat. Did you guys watch Saturday Night Live last night?
Oh,
They were playing with kittens while they did a skit, and it didn't go well.
No, it didn't.
And I actually don't watch much of Saturday Night Live, but the skit with the kittens was kind of cute and kind of sad at the same time. Look at his ears. He's like, "You're here. Let me hold him. He's my boy." Mason, I adopted him from under the boat. Okay, to get to your question, Bruce, is Coho, the kitten, going to live at the lake? So far, no. The biggest reason is Coho needs training, and he needs my watchful eye, and he needs to learn a lot of things. So he's in training.
He's not fixed yet, and I think that once he gets fixed, it will help.
Yeah, and he will be fixed within the next few weeks as soon as I can get him scheduled. He was going to be scheduled by now, but Karen's mother passed away, and so we've been busy with family, and so he's not fixed yet for very good.
Thank you, by the way, if you sent condolences and thoughts and good prayers and stuff during that, because it meant a lot to us and to our family to read those during that difficult time. So yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that 100% more than you'll ever know.
Yeah, and life is good. Karen and her siblings have really had closure. Your mom's been sick for a while.
Yeah.
With strokes, and that's a bad thing. I have patients that have had strokes, and it's a very high occurrence in our population, and so thank you guys. And so Coho, I don't know if he'll ever live at the lake at this point, because he is a high energy Bengal cat. He's not naughty, but he's very he needs his brothers. He needs the other cats to model things for him. So right now, I'm going to say, the plan was maybe after he turned 1, he could live at the lake on his own. Mason and Coho kind of need to be together. They need to be with me. So.
But we have been taking him back and forth to the lake when we go.
He travels 100%
really well,
of the time with us.
Um,
Next question. I hope I answered that.
Somebody asked real quick,
Well.
are we snowed under? No, we actually don't have a whole lot of snow right now. It's just really super cold. It was like, with the wind chill, it was like negative 43 below. And I don't know if you know what that feels like, but it's cold. Which is why we have a fireplace on.
Minus 43 wind chill. That's the feels like temperature.
Like
will freeze exposed skin in 10 minutes.
yeah.
And my nose froze in less than 10 minutes. So yeah, it's painful. But we've seen worse. When Callie was a baby, we took her to the hospital for bronchitis, and it was minus 98 out by Devil's Lake, North Dakota. It's even colder out that way. I flew over it today.
Blame Canada.
Other questions there?
No,
Polar vortex. Yes, they used to call it the Alberta Clipper. Now it's the polar vortex. Whatever they call it, it is painful.
Cold.
But I have blowed snow with a snowblower in my shorts up until it gets about 10 degrees.
Oh yeah, you had a little snowblower.
Yeah, I had the little snowblower. So the cats, some of the questions you asked are also on the list. Other cats that we've had, why don't we let our cats live outside? It's because of fleas. That's the primary thing. If any of our cats will go outside, we'll get fleas and worms, and that's costly. Once they bring fleas into the house, now all the pets have fleas.
And then I have to clean.
We've been there, done that. And so
I don't like that.
yeah, fleas are expensive because then you have to put drops in it. The drops, I feel like, are not healthy for the cats. I even think that they could cause cancer, but I don't know that scientifically. It's just a feeling. I hate wearing glasses, but to see your questions after wearing glasses. I see so many names that I recognize, and I want. Oh, Fort Myers. Hey, we vacation there, and Mark, you used to live up here. You know what this is like. Fort Myers, we
Okay, this
vacation.
is a family vlog, so if you're saying things that aren't appropriate, you can leave.
You can actually do something with that.
So
There's which one?
I'm not even gonna.
There,
Yeah.
3 dots, and you can block them. There's a way to also moderate this. Okay, we're not going to get hung up on that. It is cold in Alabama.
All right.
You know, cold is relative. When I used to go to Dallas for training every year, in October, November, the hotels, pools were closed. And I thought that was absolutely didn't make sense to me because it's 70 during the day, 70 degrees, 50 at night. Plenty warm for a pool to be open. We're out in the lake when it's colder than that. I'll be in the lake when it's in the 60s. So, yeah, cold is relative, but I understand that to people that are acclimated to certain temperatures, 50 degrees can be freezing for people, and I am not making fun of that at all. I think it's all totally relative, because I'll be out in shorts when it's 20 degrees, and people think that I'm not used to it. So, someone being naughty on there?
Yep, they're gone.
Did you? Hey, we figured out how to block people.
Question here. Somebody asked, who does the beautiful crocheting and knitting, the Afghan at the lake in the house? Well, the one under the tree I actually made like in 7th or 8th grade. It's not very good, but I did make that. It's the only thing I made.
You crocheted?
I crocheted that in like 7th grade. You see the red one? Oh, you can't really see it.
Yeah, you see it. It's delayed, just like me.
Yeah. So, yeah, I did that, like, in class. You can't really see it. But then there's one that was here. I pulled it up and put it away right now. My grandmother made that one. But 90% of the rest of them we got at garage sales. So, because I really like that. So, that answers that question. What type of flying does Tom do?
I am an air medical pilot. I fly a twin-engine turbine aircraft. They're Beechcraft King Air, if you're familiar with that. I love turbine aircraft because they have no pistons and they are very reliable. I've flown King Air all my life. By the way, my phone is flashing at me. We have a very bad connection, which is silly to me because we have a very fast internet here at our Moorhead house. And are there questions? Oh, thank you for the fireplace. We want to get an insert and update this.
Thanks to my brother. Thanks, Brad.
Anyone has ideas on new insert, let me know your ideas because we want to get a fireplace that's a lot more efficient.
Does Karen like animals?
Very good question.
Truth be told, I didn't grow up with pets really. I mean, my sister had a cat, but then we dropped it off at my grandma's house and then it disappeared in the woods. It never came back. But I was never around animals, so...
Elmer? You had Elmer.
Bootsy.
Oh, and then you had Elmer after that.
Yeah, Elmer was after that. So anyway, I like pets, but if they weren't here, that'd be okay too. But I do like the cats, and so. And I've grown to like Sadie a lot. Sadie's a good puppy. So.
Sadie, when Karen comes home from work, Sadie sits by her legs and leans back and looks at her.
She does. And I give her an after-school snack at 3 o'clock.
Sadie, are you over there? Come here. Where is Sadie?
Did we grow up with pets? Like I said, I didn't, but he always had dogs.
Yep.
Always growing up.
And I also would say that that Coda, and Coda isn't in here. He likes to be off napping away from all the noise, and there's always a lot of noise. Coda likes to just sleep. That's what he does. But he naps with Karen, and he snuggles with Karen quite a bit. Questions on there? that we're missing? Well, you're looking at that.
Where's the pups? Okay, well, Lily is with her mom, and Rolo is with her mom, Caitlin.
Yep.
And Sadie is over there. She's just an old
No, she went up to bed.
Oh, she went to bed.
Sadie's like,
She's
all right,
bed.
it's past 10.
Yeah.
I'm going up. And she did. She headed up to bed. And she sleeps in her own dog bed right next to our bed. And she loves bedtime. If we stand up and the news is playing, Sadie's like, let's go. Send me to bed. Which is so funny to see that happen. I would say you've grown to like animals.
I
definitely.
have. Oh, good question from Susan Scott. What's the framed number on the wall mean? I think it's 143.
Yes.
Don't show it. That's a no. Dude, you can't
And
show
you
his
go-
office.
My office is
No,
messy.
it's so
There.
messy.
I'm aiming.
Okay,
Up
there you
high.
go. Okay, there you don't look at his office. Okay.
Yeah, I have to clean my office.
Yeah, he does. Okay, so there's 143. Okay, now come back. There. It's the only room in the house I didn't clean over the Christmas break.
It's my office. I should clean it.
You should. Anyway, 143. We've done that since high school. 1 is for I, 4 is for,
Love.
And
Love.
and 3 is for you. So I love you.
It
And
was
then-
our code in high school. We would
Yeah.
carry
So
a
143
flash.
means that. And then around the frame there, it has little pictures of us from when we were like dating and little love notes and our
And-
prom picture.
Maybe we'll show you some of the love notes later.
Maybe.
They're sweet.
They're sweet. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what 143 means.
Yeah.
So
Can we return Justin Bieber back to Canada? We should have Amanda return him with on her visit. Do you have any advice for anyone starting a vlog channel? Yeah, we know some people that have tried. Don't do it. Number one, don't make a vlog channel to either become popular or to make money. Make videos. That's my advice to you. Whatever platform you want to put your videos on later, start making and editing videos first and have something that you love to do. And I've always said to my girls, do what you love and love what you do. I've always loved to make videos, even when I had no audience whatsoever. There was no internet. We went through the box of videotapes that I had since 1995. And there was at least 30 of them, and those were the ones that I kept that were worthy of keeping. So like
you've been making videos since 1984.
well, since
Ever since the big giant. Yeah,
you had to buy a
like
2-pack.
a suitcase.
It was the size of a suitcase. It
Yeah.
had the player and the battery pack. It was literally this big, that wide, and it weighed about 70 pounds. And a
As on
friend
your
of mine
shoulder.
would carry it around on a strap. And then the camera. The camera itself was bigger than a
Huge.
laptop computer. It was almost the size of a
And they weren't
desktop.
even affordable. You had to rent them from the video store.
Yep,
Because
yep.
it was so expensive.
So we'd rent video cameras on weekends and shoot videos, and we tried to run some of it on cable TV. But if you want to make a vlog channel, do what you love what you do, and then if you happen to get it on video and edit it to a point where you're worthy, you're thinking it is worthy of sharing with the world, literally. Which when I uploaded to YouTube for the first time, I didn't really realize I'm sharing with the entire world. I put it up on a challenge of my daughter saying, Dad, you should make a YouTube video. You love making videos. Upload to YouTube. So I did. And the next thing you know, Sadie ended up on America's Funniest Home Videos. And also Animal Planet. And she won a state fair award, Minnesota State Fair, that I didn't even enter her in. They asked if they could enter my video in. So it grew from there. And so if you're going to make a vlog channel, have something you're passionate about, something that is worthy of sharing. And if you feel it's worthy of sharing, then it probably is. But think about this. The world is watching. And so if you want to share it, then yes, make a vlog channel. Advice after that, there's tons of business things that you'd want to think about too. But don't do it for the money. If you are doing it for the money, then you probably should not have a vlog channel. You're going to do it out of the love of what you're doing. We share family and pet experiences, and my number one goal is to make someone smile. And apparently I'm hearing from my comments that does happen.
And the reason we honestly started it was just so our family could see what we're up to.
Yeah, family and friends. We moved away, about 4 hours away from our family and friends when we were first married. And we wanted to put up videos so that they could see what was going on. They don't watch them. But you guys do, I think. Well, they do. I'm just kidding.
Several people have asked about Sadie's mouth and her hand, or her
Sadie's
paw, top of her paw.
Okay, Sadie's
a lot of people want to know what that is.
Sadie's paw is no longer infected, but there's no hair on there, and that needs to grow back. So right now, no infection. Sadie's healthy. Sadie has an allergic reaction every fall, and they think it's grass, some certain kinds of grasses, and it's pollen. And so Sadie also has been stung by bees several times as a puppy. The first story, I'll make it really short. I was driving the truck, and a bee got in the truck, and I started swatting at it, going like this, and Sadie lurched out of her seat, jumped over, and she took the bee because it was threatening me, and she got stung in the mouth. So she took a hit for me. And when she got stung in the mouth, she started salivating. I skidded off the road and stopped. It was just a horrible scene because now her mouth is swelling up. And so Sadie, when she sees bugs and frogs, she picked up a toad once too. Don't let your dogs pick up toads. They like almost vomit. Yeah, it's really a poison that comes out of their skin. So it drips. Sadie's drool drips on her paw, and then she licks it incessantly. And it's also the allergies that are going on. So it gets infected in every fall, and then it takes several months for the hair to grow back. So we've had her treated for that. Her mouth, we thought she had a tumor, and the vet said that she probably has a tumor. The question was, is it benign or is it malignant? And so they were going to test that. Well, the swelling went down this fall, and I made a video explaining all of this around the beginning of Vlogmas, beginning of December, so you can see that for details. But long story short, she had what we think was part of the root of a reed from the lake embedded way up in the roof of her mouth, and that caused what looked like a tumor. So it's gone. It's totally. Caitlin went in with the tweezers after 3 months, after treatment and everything. We didn't have it biopsied because of Sadie's age. They recommended don't biopsy yet. Let's see if it grows into a full tumor. It's gone. It's healed up. And you guys, many of you prayed for Sadie, and so did we. And I'm thankful for the blessings of Sadie's health. Sadie also has lumps all over, but labs are lumpy, and it's just fatty deposits.
She's a lumpy log.
All labs are lumpy when they get into their 10 plus. Is that it for questions there?
Pretty much, yeah.
This channel is so much fun, though, really. And yes, to answer your other question, I do try to answer as many comments as I can. In the past, I had a 100% rate. I was proud of that. I do miss comments because, especially answers, when I answer someone and they answer back, it gets lost in the feed. And I do sit down every day and read through, and at the very least, I'll click like or click a heart on your comment.
Somebody here wants to know how often we live stream. Well, I think this is the second one.
Well, it's maybe third.
Third. Yeah, not very often because we really don't know what we're doing.
Exactly. This is a learning process. Tonight, I actually am taking a very big risk. I personally feel like my channel is not about me at all. It's about editing and showing life's fun moments. It's not about me or any family member. It is about the pets and the experience that they bring us and they bring to you. And so I don't like live feeding, but at the same time, I like experimenting. And so I'm experimenting with, we wanted to do a question and answer session live. We actually wanted to do it last spring, but we both got new jobs because we were ready in our point in life where our kids all grew up and graduated, and 2 of them moved away. And so Karen and I had a plan for many years that she would close her daycare and renovate the house. And we did that successfully. I say we. She did all the work. Karen did all the work. And
well, you helped paint the ceiling.
Yes, that was an experience. We should have made a YouTube out of it. I was up there grumbling because I was on top of the high point of the house on a ladder. I hate ladders. But I broke the windshield of my truck with the ladder. That's on video. So, yes, Karen renovated the house, and I went on to an aeromedical job. And so flying full-time is something that I did not want to do when our kids are growing up at home because I wanted to be home every night. Now, I'm on call at night because I like night shift. I used to work ambulance at night. Now I work aeromedical, mostly at night. But it rotates. I get some days times too. Mm-hmm. Where did I get the dog? Sadie was adopted from a breeder. She's our only bred dog. She's not made of bread, but she is a purebred. And I picked her because her daddy was 90 pounds, and because it was my first dog, and I wanted a dog that I could understand the demeanor. Am I a paramedic? I was an EMT intermediate, which means I'm not a paramedic, but I worked on advanced life support ambulance services as an EMT intermediate. I worked with paramedics. We would administer IVs and airways and things like that. But I wanted to fly more than I wanted to work ambulance. And so, cabinets. Mark asked about cabinets. And
I haven't decided what to do with my cabinets.
Are they restained yet? No. But I will say we're not going to paint them, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to paint them.
Yep.
And restaining them, it's scary.
I think someone made the best comment. In the past, we asked what your advice is on our cabinets. We have honey oak cabinets. The wood is oak.
Golden oak, or
golden oak.
Yeah.
And the best comment that I saw, an idea, was to take the doors off and buy new doors so that we can start with new stain, and then stain and varnish the rest of the. So the woodwork in the house will probably get re-stained, re-varnished.
Or else we'll just leave it as
it'll
it is
take
and not
years.
mess with it. I did sand one down, which when you look in the kitchen, you'll see one door above the microwave where it's not on there. That's because I sanded it down to nothing, and I guess I could put it back up, but it doesn't match anymore.
And that is, there are some videos where Karen's outside with the sander. She enjoys this.
I think it was Bruce or somebody asked if I took wood class in high school. Actually, I didn't, but I grew up in a family where it didn't matter if you were a girl or a boy. You did everything that everybody else did. So
Karen did welding with her dad.
I welded with my dad once. That was fun. But yeah, we're just very. I can use power tools and paint, and I actually prefer painting.
And you got some experience. My dad owned some townhomes, and when people would move out, he would hire me and my friends to come in and renovate. And we would do, for sure, painting floors and, not floors, walls and ceilings. And we refinished some floors and did a little bit of woodwork too. So Karen learned, and I did woodwork for new home construction during college. And so I learned a lot about staining and varnishing. Whew, the fire, it's so cold outside, the fireplace just cracked.
Have you ever thought about opening a way for people to send you stuff? Oh, I don't know. What do you want to send me? That's kind of a loaded question.
Kate and I talk about the logistics of things quite a bit. Because Kate went to school for public relations and social media, and she has a lot of tips for me, and we sit down every week. She says I need to come up with a way, just like you asked, and I haven't done it yet. The reason is I don't want to cry, but I'm going to get really serious and say that I'm a humble guy. I love to share my videos, but I don't want anything for it. I just don't. And we might open a shirt shop because my multi-channel network has that capability where it doesn't cost me anything. And you guys could order shirts if you want to. I do have an email on my info section. So, you know, if I have had a few people send me some things. Dutch Bud, way back when, sent me a very expensive, very nice editing software from the Netherlands, and I use that to make a lot of videos. So I guess I'm not going to rule it out, but I'm not asking for things. I see other channels where they will open up a bunch of gifts from people, and I'm too shy to do that, to be honest. And It's about life. It's not about getting stuff. I am now turning down doing product reviews. I started doing that. You'll see that this summer. I did a few. And they pay me a little bit to do these product reviews. I might do a few if it really fits my channel, like the pet brush.
That was
the
awesome.
Furry Fiddle pet brush.
Get that.
Yeah, and we're not selling it either. I don't care if they paid me. Well, that one was not a paid advertisement. None of them are. I don't get paid to do those.
They just give you the thing.
They give me the free product, which I disclose. I'm required to disclose in the comments. But we get a few products just to test out. Callie might do some because she is a single gal trying to work for a living, and she has a pet, and she might do some product reviews in the future. I hope I answered that.
So, Kobe and Date, how did you come up with Sadie's name? Okay, well, we talked about how I'm not a big dog person or animal person. I said, well, if you're going to have a dog in the house, then I get to name her. So, Sadie actually comes from a children's book called Sadie and the Snowman. And it's about a little girl, if you don't know the story, about how she builds a snowman. And then as spring comes, the snowman gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and she keeps rebuilding it. And at the very end, the snowman's all melted, but she keeps a little bit of the snow or the ice and puts it in her freezer, and then makes the new snowman again in the next winter. So, Sadie and the Snowman.
I love that.
So that's how we came up with Sadie.
I also define us, and more, I can only speak for myself, as a snowman, because we're built out of well, we're not literally built out of snow, but the snowman, Frosty the Snowman, was built out of snow, which is ice crystals. And when he melted, water turns back into ice crystals and can be remade. And I think as people, as human beings, we are, if we allow ourselves, we are remade throughout life's experiences, through faith walks, through relationships. We're remade, and that's why I'm a snowman.
Well, and if you watch Frosty the Snowman, his best friend is Karen.
Absolutely, which I pointed out when we were dating. And Karen looked like her. I fell in love with Karen when we grew up.
Somebody wants to know if we watch the Lucky Ferals channel. Do you watch them? The Lucky Ferals? I do
No,
not.
that's a good suggestion.
But we will add them.
Is that cats that got lucky and were adopted, maybe? I'm guessing. Feral cats?
So, love your videos. Our dog Sammy loves watching your videos too. Oh, thanks, Sammy.
You know, with the new TV sets, dogs can watch TV.
Yeah, they do.
With these new big screens and stuff. Caitlin's dog, Rollo, watches all of our YouTubes. I have a hard time editing on. I have two bigger screens that I edit on, and Rollo just gets crazy when he's sitting around because he hears the water, he hears my voice, he hears Kate's voice. He wants to play, so I actually have to. If people ask why is Rollo outside on a chain, it's because he's sitting there going. Woo, 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 woo. That's why we name him Rollo. No, Rollo's not named after candy, by the way. He's named after a Norse king.
A Norse king.
From back in the Netherlands. How deep is the lake? At our lake home, it's 45 to 50 feet deep. It's a very deep lake. The people there used to put cars on the ice and take bets in the 50s of when the car would crash through the ice. Divers go down and look at those old cars. I'd love to do that, but I don't dive.
Yeah, I don't like swimming, but
do my airplanes fly on water? King Air could up in Canada and up in Alaska, but no, I don't. I would love to, but no, we do not. We are not water capable and water equipped. We don't need it around this region.
We already kind of answered this, but Vadam 992,000. How did your family get started doing YouTube videos? We just started uploading. We just started uploading for family, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. So
video production started before the internet even.
Yeah.
I would produce and edit videos even without a computer. And I can't remember how I did it, but my friend, we would do it through a viewer screen and tapes, and we would edit videos before there was even internet or computers.
Yeah.
We did it to put tapes on the shelves and show our families and friends. And then when YouTube came along, when it was a new thing, my daughters challenged me, put one of your videos up. So I did, and the response well, first of all, I put it up for friends and family, but the world watched, and people were making comments. So I learned right away that there are people in the world who appreciate what we do, and I didn't think they would. That's why I don't tell my neighbors what I do.
Exactly.
I still want to know who's my neighbor that
who is that neighbor?
is watching us.
Who is that?
It could be someone that has a little youngster that we know. It could be that family behind us. Yep. Karen used to do daycare for a bit.
I don't know. It's going to be a mystery.
I want to know.
That's
So yeah, that's how we started YouTube. Is just uploading what we already were doing already.
Is there another good question?
In 37 minutes, it'll be midnight in
Woo-hoo!
Toronto, and oh yeah, it's gonna be the new year here soon.
Is Karen a school teacher, or in what grade? That's kind of an interesting question. I used to be a school teacher. I taught second grade for 4 years, and I taught pre-K for 2. Loved it. After year 6 of doing that, then I was pregnant with baby number 3. I mean, I had number 1 and number 2, of course, in there, but baby number 3 came along, which is Amanda. And at that time, I just decided that I wanted to stay home with my girls and raise them instead of having them in daycare. So that's when I started a daycare. And I ran my daycare like a preschool. It was flat out preschool. We did a lot of work and we did a lot of fun, and I kept those kids busy. We, some days we didn't, but most days we were really learning and having fun and playing games. And after 20 years of doing home daycare, which I absolutely loved, I turned my house back into a home. I actually turned it into a home because it was never really a home before that, because it was all set up like a daycare. And if you look at some of those videos, a lot of people would ask questions. Do you do your YouTubes in a preschool, or do you run a preschool? And yeah, we kind of did. So that's kind of what I did then. And right now I am working in a school district, but I am working as a paraprofessional. I am not a school teacher. I work under a qualified professional teacher who is very awesome, and she does wonderful, wonderful work with the children in our room. She works far too many hours, so take a break there, Miss West. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I've got 2 little boys. They're in 3rd grade, and I take care of them and get them to where they need to be, and yeah, it's fun.
Bruce said he'd bring you an apple.
Okay, you bring me an apple.
Bruce, did you watch us back when we used to do the happy apple? Do you guys know what a happy apple is? It's the apple that was made of plastic. It was about this big, and it would rock back and forth and make tinkle bell sounds. I love the happy.
We have a whole bag of them somewhere. I think they're up in the attic.
We call it the happy apple because
that's the name of it.
tinkly sound.
Well,
is it?
Yeah,
it's actually called that because the tinkly sounds actually makes you happy.
If you look at it, well, Callie doesn't have those videos up in there, but she's got a really funny one. It's the happy apple. It makes me instantly happy, which is true. It did when she was a baby too.
Maybe we'll get her Callie to do another happy apple video.
Yeah, we've got to find the happy apple.
Yes, and we collected them from garage sales and thrift stores. Imagine that. There was another question about...
Someday, if I ever have a grandchild, then a happy apple will make an appearance.
Oh, there's a loaded question for you. Are you looking forward to grandchildren?
Absolutely.
In due time.
Yes, I would love to have a grandbaby, but, we got
2 of our daughters are dating. Nobody's
married.
Nobody's married. Nobody is engaged. I'm doing this. And that's okay. We're just waiting. However it works for them, we're patient.
We are patient.
Very patient. But she would love.
But Grandma Jane wants to be a great grandma before she croaks, she said, so they better get on it.
That's my mom.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a video coming up in the next week of my mom's dog. Cute little puppy.
Oh, he's
so
a puppy. Cute.
And
he'll make his YouTube
debut.
There you go. I was looking for the word.
And he played tug of war with
He's
Rollo.
Really cute.
With Rollo, who's
Rollo.
huge German Shepherd. And the other question was, how did we name Coho? Coho is named after the word bobber. In the Finnish language, the word bobber is K-O-H-O, Coho. And we got Coho as a baby kitten out at the lake. And the only thing we can think of is, hey, he likes to chase bobbers around the house. He'd bat them around because bobbers have that little top and they roll funny. and Coho loves bobbers. So.
And the first day we had him, and he was a total rescue. We had no toys, little kitty toys at the lake, and so I said, well, let's play the bobber. So yeah, bobber.
We had no kitty litter or kitty food at the lake. Nothing. So we had everything here.
Coho means
bobber.
Bobber in Finnish.
And the reason we chose the Finnish language is because out at the lake, 90% of the population, they say, are migrants from Finland. And everyone has a sauna, and except for us, because we're not Finn.
Well, we bought a house that didn't have a sauna.
There's that. The people before us must not have been Finn, too. Have I ever been recognized in public? Kind of. I've never had someone that didn't know me, but I've had several people that do know me that came up in public venues. They would cross through all the stuff going on and they'd come right to me. I've had this happen 3 times in the past month with things that we've been to. People come up and say, I was looking up a dishwasher video.
It's always the dishwasher video.
Well, there's one tub too.
Oh, no, the tub one, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just a homeowner that, I'm not a plumber or a repairman, but I do fix a few things. And I guess my views come up as the top 3 on Google when you search how to fix tubs and dishwashers. And so people are like, I know you, but when I look up Google, you're the first one that comes up. So that is, funny. Yes, we live in Minnesota, right on the border of North Dakota. We've lived in North Dakota for a while, but we're back to Minnesota. The lake is deeper into Minnesota.
Yeah.
In the northwest part of Minnesota. And so did anyone, I'm actually shy about the day someone will come up and go, you're on YouTube. Because I'll blush. I'll be like,
oh, no.
Oh, just a little channel. And it is. Relatively, my channel is tiny compared to the size of some channels. I don't want to be a big YouTuber, but at the same time, Kate had some kids at the garage sale here come up to her and go,
oh, it was
guess
so
what?
Cute.
Guess what? We're YouTubers. Caitlin's like, really? How many viewers do you have? Oh, we have like
12.
12.
12. We have 12 viewers.
And you know what? Good for them.
He was so cute. He was probably about 8 years old.
Good for him.
So, I'm a YouTuber. And it was really cute. And then Caitlin's like, oh, we have a YouTube channel too. And he's like, oh. So I don't know if he ever watched it, but it was pretty funny. He was so cute. He was so cute.
One of the people that watches us is the grandchild of the people that used to own our lake home. And I love the fact that that little 8-year-old can still watch the lake that he loved and he misses through us. Oh yeah, Mason is a cutie. Mason is now like he was when he was a baby. Mason's sitting up on his spot up there, up on that maroon. Do you know that maroon dresser was sitting out on the garbage on the curb?
Well, our neighbor,
they were
moving. He was a Finn, yeah. But he was moving on. I said, hey, are you gonna put that out on the garbage week? And he said, yeah. And I said, they'll bring it to my garage. So.
And Mason snuggled into my chest the first. On my video, when I pick up Mason, it literally is within 1 minute of me finding him. I ran and grabbed my camera. And back then, I didn't do vlogs that much. I did some videos, but I didn't really vlog. The difference is, I would edit and upload videos when I felt like it. Nothing to do with whether it happened this week or not. But since then, I've become more of a vlog where you want a comfortable chair? I should give you this chair. I should be a gentleman.
Okay. I'm fine.
Okay. So that's how we adopted Coho. He was found under my boat.
Minutes.
8 minutes for what? New Year?
New Year.
No, it isn't. It might be because... Oh, we're back. We're not gone. We're back. So we have a fast internet connection, but it sometimes just stops. Life in Minnesota, right? Dodgy network. Yes, it is dodgy. I'll tell you that. Can you guys see us? Yes. Who's in charge at the lake?
Me.
Rules of the lake. Rules of the lake is to come up, relax, and have fun. Mm-hmm. That's it. And
oh, does that mean it's going out?
And
what was that red line?
That just says bad connection, but if it stops, you'll see us stop right there. Hey, I can point.
The rules of the lake are,
Relax, enjoy.
and have fun, and be safe.
You be you.
Be you, yeah. You
Yeah,
have to be
you
safe.
be you.
So,
dogs can't go on the dock without us.
or kids.
Dogs, and yeah, we don't have any kids that come to the lake, but
Yeah.
she wants grandchildren. We'll put a gate up probably so that they can't get out there when we do have grandchildren. No beavers. Yes, that's it. That's a rule. You
No
guys,
beavers.
You guys know it.
Beavers. They're scary.
Karen read a
They're
story.
like this big, and they got these
Look how
huge
it gets-
teeth. They're just.
Well,
and
if
their
you,
teeth.
first of all, beavers don't have canine teeth, so they
They're
don't want to kill you. Beavers,
If you see one up close, they're scary.
I'll give you that. I mean, their head is the only thing that sticks out of the water,
Mine
and
is-
they swim up.
Yeah, and then they can come up to you, and then if you're swimming in there, they're gonna go like that. It's scary.
No, but we can't let Lily chase them.
Great.
Sawtooth owls are okay.
Yeah.
Sawwet.
Saw wet.
But
Yeah.
those are small and
But they're
cute.
really cute.
Yeah, and they don't have big teeth. No, Karen read a story where a beaver attacked a photographer that kept bugging it, and the beaver bit into his femoral artery, which is your main artery on your leg, and he bled to death. But he was way up in the middle of Canada somewhere. It happened once.
That was scary. I'm just saying.
I'm from Canada, and it's on the...
On the .05.
Oh, and they've never seen a beaver before. And it's on the 5-cent coin. The beaver is? On a Canadian coin? And you've never seen one? Oh, you'll see one on...
What are
Do you
some of the
mistake it?
real hazards with wildlife that could be a threat to your pets in Minnesota?
Oh,
Beavers! No.
No.
Um,
there are some...
There are bears up there.
Mm-hmm. Black
So-
bears. And they said a few brown bears. There's been sightings of cougars, but we're not worried about brown bears or cougars. The eagles can get our cats for sure.
Yeah.
The owls can get our cats, even here.
And you know what, even-
coyotes.
Even deer, if they feel threatened, they will attack.
Yeah,
They
there's-
will attack dogs and stuff. I
Yep,
mean, there are
they'll
videos
kick.
out there and that. So
They'll knock the dog's head
Yeah.
in. I mean, so we don't let any of, and porcupines are a big threat. They won't kill your dog, but they'll create a lot of pain. So we don't let the dogs roam into the woods. They can't go into the woods without us. Into the reeds, yes, but that's
are
only
you
if we...
toasting in the new year? Yeah, it's really hot over here. I'm toasting. I feel like a marshmallow.
Photos story of Sammy? Yes, we have a photo story of Sammy. It's kind of like a in memory of Sammy. So you could look that up. It's in our video history. How we met, we talked about. That was in high school. And I didn't know Karen, although we had mutual friends. Which was,
Yeah.
and I had moved to that high school in 10th grade, but we met in 12th grade, which I had announced to all my friends I was done dating high school girls. I was going to wait till college, but then I met Karen and I couldn't resist. So how did we prepare our steak? We actually cooked it right there in the fire tonight. I like fire
Like a
as
rub.
opposed to charcoal. My least favorite way of cooking steak is gas grill. You don't get the flavor unless you put wood chips in there. Then you can get the smoked flavor. We cook it for a very short time, filet mignon, and I put on a rub on it. I try different things, pepper rub or a Texan smoked rub, which is what we tried tonight. Very little salt, very little cooking, and our
No
steaks
salt.
are done. The trick with steak is if you think that you've overcooked it, then you already have. So keep right there with it, sit with it, don't walk away, don't take a phone call. And so you guys are almost in Toronto going to have a new year. You're going to be next year and we're going to be last year.
You're so last year.
Can you tell she's a mom of 3 daughters? How did Sammy become a family member? I went to the Humane Society and adopted Sammy. He was 1 year old. His parents, or his mama and papa, were deployed in the military. So I'm sure they were very sad because
He was
Sammy
a
was
great
fantastic.
cat. He was great with kids.
Are we planning for more cats?
No. We got 3 already.
How do you... Karen likes the orange tabby. And that
I can wait.
is a male.
That's okay.
And that could be at the lake. But I think, just like... We had planned on 1 cat.
Yeah.
We had Coda, who sleeps a lot. That's all he does is sleep. And so having a playful cat was fun. When I adopted Mason, he showed up under our boat. Cats adopt us.
That's true.
We don't
That's
adapt.
true.
We
Oh,
don't
I'm getting
adapt.
tired. I just.
Hmm?
I just saw myself yawning.
Hey, you're yawning on YouTube.
I was yawning.
You should see her hiccup.
Ew.
Check out our hiccup videos.
Oh.
Hey, I gotta show you the cats. That one is Coho, and he is so long that I don't recognize him sometimes. He's huge. Not huge, he's long. And then way up on that ledge is his normal spot. He likes to be higher than Coho because he's the king. But Mason, here's the funny thing. Mason does not want to be an alpha cat. He doesn't want to be in charge. He won't fight for his position. But yet, Mason likes to be the one that sleeps on me. And that's fine with me. I give him the priority. Because Coho's the baby. He needs to learn his place.
2018, Happy New Year! Woo! Well, not
Happy
here.
2018 to you
To
guys.
those of you guys that are doing it right now.
There's half the world or more that's already... A lot of our viewers are in the UK. And you guys are... You've been in the new year for 5 years.
And
5 hours already.
I'm actually going to say Happy New Year because I'm actually almost ready for bed. So, Happy New Year!
She never makes it to midnight.
No,
But,
I
you know,
don't.
it's like, what's the point? We'll wake up, it'll be 2018.
All right. But hey, I got my taxes done today. At least a good portion of them.
I don't know what that means. I wrote down, someone asked us how we got kids, but it turns out to be autocorrect. Well,
kids?
there's
Wow.
birds and there's bees. No, but we could not wait. I mean, we had to wait to get married, and we waited way too long. We waited 5 years on the advice of everybody, and they were all wrong. We waited 5 years to get graduated from college. If we had it to do again, we both agree that we would not wait for that long.
Probably not.
But for a lot of people, you know, to each his own. You be you. That's what my daughter says.
You be you.
Did you grow up with pets? Yep, they already answered that. German Shepherds. German Shepherds. Let me tell you what. I always wanted labs. Kate was a person who loves German Shepherds. She knows some people that have them. I am so glad that Kate adopted a German Shepherd against my advice because it's turning out to be a fantastic experience. It's a new experience for me.
Yeah. It's a good dog. I call him Platypus because he plods.
His feet.
So his name is Roll, but I call him Platypus.
He plods through the kitchen. His
Yeah,
feet just
plod.
plop down.
Yeah.
And they're so huge.
So Stephen Forrest asked a very loaded question. Actually, maybe it's not. But he says, do you ever wonder what life would have been like if you had been blessed with 3 boys instead of 3 girls? I think that it would have been just fine, but I'm a girl mom all the way through, so that would have been tough.
And I tell Karen,
Because
that's your experience. So
that's
of
my
course
experience.
you're going to say that.
Right.
I think you speak from your experience in the past. And I tend to think of life as what it could be. First of all, we're ready for either.
Right.
Each time.
We thought for sure when, because we didn't find out the girls what they were before when we were pregnant. We
did for
that the first 2 we didn't. And I thought for sure Callie was a boy.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I thought she was a boy, but
well, that's because she was wrestling and
yeah, but she wasn't. She was a girl. Anyway, so I mean we were ready for a boy. We bought lots of white clothes, which we actually put them in anyway. But yeah, so I was ready for a boy, but we never got the boys.
And I feel like every time Karen was pregnant, that we were pregnant, the chance of having a girl versus a boy was 50-50 each time. The odds of having 3 girls, yeah, if you look at those odds, they're not that outrageous because we know a lot of parents that it's all boys or all girls. I even know families with 6 girls. There's some on YouTube. And there's some families, we know a family with 6 boys.
Yeah,
so,
well, we didn't find out. I mean, we didn't find out what.
Just get to know a good family with 6 boys if you have 6 girls. Things will work out. It'll be easy Christmas. You'll all be right across the street from each other.
Anyways, but with Amanda, I think we found out like 2 weeks before I mean, like, what's the point? But yeah, so
Did we
Yeah.
find out what the man?
yeah, just right before.
Was that by accident?
No, we just decided, we'll find out.
Find
so.
out. It didn't matter. I don't have a desire either way, and that's kind of how I view life. Is I'll take what comes, and I'll take it at the time it comes.
Bye,
And
Bruce. Thanks for joining us.
Bruce, it was great you could join us. For the first time, we've been live probably 3 or 4 times. Some of our live feeds we erase right away, like at church, because of copyright rules, or maybe I don't want to flood my channel with a bunch of things. Going live is an experiment, and we might do that more if you guys like it. I'll read comments later, we'll see. Because it's not about me at all. My channel is about life's experiences. And when I'm live, I don't feel like I can share and edit and show you what I'm trying to see at the moment. In other words, I go out in the backyard and I find something that amuses me or makes me happy, and I'll edit that down and get it focused in so that you can see what I'm talking about, or those moments with the pets. And so going live is intimidating to me because I don't like focus on me. If we're in a public place, I actually shy away from people somewhat. Although if I get to know you, I'll talk your leg off, as you can tell.
Yes, he will. He will.
But I like people, but I don't like a lot of people, and I get intimidated. So that's why I don't go live much, because I feel overwhelmed with trying to keep up with comments. German Shepherds are beautiful. I agree. I'm so glad Kate adopted a German Shepherd. It's been a fantastic experience. Mark's heading out. Happy New Year, Mark. And we're about to do the same because I'm to the bottom of my list. And
we'll do 2 more questions and then we'll head out too, so you guys can enjoy the rest of your evening.
Please go live more. I will, and I'm going to try and incorporate my family more, like maybe fire pit time at the lake in the summer. You'll see us go live more often in the summer because it's more sunlight.
Yeah.
When did I learn to fly? Actually, there's a short story on that. I started hanging out at the airport when I was in high school, and I had friends there. We started working there to help the owners of a small flight training company, and we would sand airplanes down so that they could repaint them. And in trade for our labor, they gave us flight lessons. So after working on airplanes all day, I'd go on a flight lesson with their flight instructor. Pretty soon, after only 8 times up, the instructor said, "Tom, you're ready to solo." And I'm like, that sounds like I'm going to be by myself. And so, without telling any of my family, my parents, even Karen, I went up and soloed that airplane. I was up flying around by myself. So I went home and I said, "Mom, I soloed today." And she's like, "That sounds like you were by yourself." And I said, "I was." And she's like, "Oh my God, you're only 17. So yes, I started flight training before even college. So when I went into college, I continued a track that at the University of Minnesota, where I studied aviation technology that's used for safety. And ironically, that equipment's what we're using today to avoid collisions with other aircraft. So it was kind of like a thesis study, a focus. And so I went through the rest of flight training in college, and my dad would call. He said, "You're serious about this, right?" Yeah. He'd check with me each week. "You're serious about this?" "Yes." "Did you fly this week?" And that was a very pointed question, because he's saying, "Are you on track? Are you doing what you need to do to get done?"
But
So,
keep in mind that his love of aviation actually went way, way, way back when he was 5. I love this story. His mom and dad, they were pretty.
well, they were in college.
They were in college and they didn't have much money, and where they were living, this little shack of a house, and it was hot with no air conditioning. So for his 5th birthday, he got a big box fan, and he's like, "Yeah, an airplane propeller!" So he put it at the end of his bed, and then he would fly his airplane. So
I flew many hours in my bed with my fan. Hey, I make the best of life. Whatever life gives you,
so ever since he was 5, he's been flying.
Absolutely.
So
and
Hugo doesn't like us. He says we suck. So I'm sorry, Hugo. Maybe you'll come back and enjoy the love some other time. But that's okay.
Well,
we appreciate everybody's opinion here.
When someone gives thumbs down, I challenge them to explain exactly what things it is that they don't like. Because if it's not a troll factor, if you actually feel like something you don't like about our channel, I actually take in a lot of comments and I internalize things. I think about things because I don't want to do things on the internet to the world that irritate people. And sometimes I will, because it is who I am. But I weigh it against who I am and who I want to be. And if it meets a troll, ignore. Okay. I'm good for that too. Believe me, someone goes on the channel and badmouths me, the rest of everyone jumps on them. I do ask everyone else to be fair. I did get accused of, and I did decide later that we bullied the person who said something bad about me. But she was a troll. But me and my mom's an English teacher. She would say that's wrong. Me and my viewers. My viewers and I hopped on this lady and really gave her a hard time. And we ended up, it turns out, we're kind of bullying her. I feel ashamed about that. So
Somebody's asking if you transport body organs or people, or if you're a helicopter pilot. He's a fixed wing, so that's an airplane. He's not a helicopter.
I only fly things that have wings. Helicopters don't have wings. It's like, ah.
So, and then I don't think, body organs I don't think are out of the question.
It can happen.
It can happen, but it's mostly people.
Most organ transplant flights are done through a specific organization in the United States that takes care of that. They come with a harvest team. That sounds terrible, but it's good if you're the one that needs that organ.
Yeah.
A harvest team is the doctors and nurses who go in and can successfully accomplish obtaining that eye or that heart or that liver,
whatever it is,
and then get it to the right place to the right person. I do the other side of it. We will transport someone who is due or their organ has popped up somewhere in the region, and that we need to get the person to. Yeah, Kate is actually a paramedic, but yeah, I'll fly the person to where they need to go for the surgery for obtaining that organ. So kind of. If someone's finger, you guys are don't be grossed out, but if a part of you gets cut off and it's viable, we'll fly that part with the person in a cooler. Yep. So be careful which cooler you put your sandwich in.
So Hugo, our friend, he wants to know if we've ever been bitten by a snake. No, but I've been bitten by a bee and not a beaver. Bitten by lots of mosquitoes. I got bit by a dog once.
Luckily, we don't have snakes around.
Yeah, there's not too many snakes. Just little tiny.
But I found out this summer when we flew out west, and we fly quite far out west into the mountainous areas. Middle of the night, and I had to go to the bathroom, and there's no bathroom. The airport had no facilities. So I went off on a dirt road, and right in the middle of using the restroom out there, my other pilot says, be careful for rattlers. There's rattlers around here. Well, there's a tall weed growing, and I could see it in the moonlight. Well, I'm thinking viper, like the kind of snake that does this, a cobra. And I'm like backing away from this weed.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, no, I've not been bitten by a snake, thank goodness. But it could happen.
Did the orange tabby come back? I don't know what orange tabby.
Oh, the orange tabby, the stray.
I think it's more white.
Yes,
unless
Karen,
there's two, I don't.
Well, in the window it looked orange to me, but Karen saw it yesterday, and yes, that orange tabby is, huh?
It's a big old cat.
Is he big?
Yeah.
Karen saw it better in the daylight. I only saw his face in my window one night. He looked orange to me, but Karen said he's kind of orange, but mostly white.
No, he didn't come back, but I felt really bad
for
him yesterday. But not in, he was in the way backyard, but I mean, he didn't like come close to the house. But I felt bad for him because it was really cold yesterday. So his mommy and daddy aren't doing a good job of taking care of him because he needs to be inside. It's really, really cold.
Food really that I like. We like steak. We love steak. We live for steak. Salmon, fresh salmon, and not smoked salmon because I cook the salmon.
Spinach salads.
I will eat smoked salmon.
Strawberry spinach salad with mandarin oranges are really good.
All salads are good. I've not had a salad.
Like yogurt. Hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, and fried eggs.
Cheerios.
We're getting away from bread. Bread's out. So Mason's girlfriend might be that orange tabby. However, someone pointed out if it's an orange tabby, genetically it's probably a male because the chance of a female to be orange is very minimal. So
Really?
I just learned that.
Didn't know that.
I learn a lot from you guys, from the comments. I learned so much. Many people recommended a catio, which is a patio for the cats where it's enclosed. I'm going to look at that next summer. I'm not really, I don't really build things very well. I'm not handy at that. I fly airplanes. When did I restore the Coke machine? I wish it was restored.
No, it's not restored.
It doesn't fully work. You could plug it in. It'll get cold, but it'll stink. So we don't plug it in. The parts don't work inside of it.
I think we plugged it in once, and that was in 1986. So
no, I used to keep it plugged in my apartment to keep my pop cold in college.
It's got like the original wiring and the original everything in the inside, and it just would not be safe to turn that on. It was actually in the movie Ice Castles. I don't know if you know that movie, but that
Robbie Benson was in it.
Yeah, and Lynn Holly Johnson. But that
78.
No, 77. Somewhere in there. Yeah, somewhere in there. We were in 7th grade. Anyway, part of that movie was filmed in my hippodrome in my junior high.
The skating rink.
The skating rink. So yeah. Anyway, that machine was in that movie, and we acquired it at a church rummage sale of all things. So hey, there's an answer to Bruce's question. What was your biggest score? That was probably a really good score too.
$35.
Yes.
Did I just give the punchline?
Yeah, that was a good bargain. But yeah, it's a really cool machine. It's got a lot of history. Yeah, we just put our sunscreen and bug spray in it.
And it's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in, but it tells a nice story. It's cool, and it was in our garage ever since we lived here because there's no place for it in the house, and then we brought it to the lake place because it was a perfect spot for it. At our old house, we had it in the porch. Our mailman wanted to buy it, but we wouldn't sell it to him. So yeah, it's followed us, and man, that thing is heavy. Just about killed us bringing it down. Huge flight of stairs at one time.
Would I ever go on a Comic Con? I'm not sure what that is. What's a Comic Con?
We tried Filipino food.
Filipino food. I am game for trying all sorts of food, but I've not tried Filipino food. I would love to.
What's your favorite?
I have had a lot of Taiwanese and Chinese recipes that my students would introduce me to. Favorite drink, not pop anymore. I don't like pop.
Soda.
No.
I like water.
Coffee and
with
water.
Creamer.
Yep. And milk. Almond milk.
Favorite
soy milk.
sport? We're not sports people.
Playing with a dog?
I
don't watch sports.
Fishing is a sport. I like fishing.
That's true. Hey, I'm playing with kitties.
So one more question, and then I think we're
gonna let you guys roll into the new year.
All right.
A comic convention in Los Angeles. We've been to Los Angeles to see the YouTube Space. We took a class there, and we went to a social event at the YouTube Space. That was fantastic.
It was fun.
Have we been to a comic convention? No. But I'm open to anything. Is that...
Bigfoot, yes or no?
I've been thinking of VidCon.
Yeah.
But I'm really careful with my money. I don't know if we want to pay for those expenses. But if we did, I think Karen and Kate and I would go. I think it meant a lot to us to go to the YouTube Space. Yeah. And I would love Kate to
I think
see
if
that.
we did it, we'd have to...
There'd have to be an exact reason. There'd have to be a really strong reason.
And LA was nice, but oh my gosh, I got sick. He was driving, but I got sick because there's just the drive, the city traffic is crazy. So if you people live in Los Angeles, good for you. I couldn't live there.
Comic convention where people dress up. Now that sounds like fun, actually.
What would you dress up
I should
as?
learn more. I don't know. As maybe Frosty like? No, I don't know.
You wouldn't dress up.
But I do for Halloween. I get into things.
That's true.
And then the question was Bigfoot, real or no? I say no. I'm not.
No.
I don't believe in ghosts, although I believe in apparitions that could happen. It's whatever your eyes see. But no, I'm UFOs, ghosts, Bigfoot. No, but I sure wouldn't want to find out that I'm wrong.
Good point.
We have enough security cameras around that we would have seen, but I have seen some strange owl stuff on the security cameras. Hey, I want to.
All right, Happy New Year, guys.
She's signing us off.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go with the long version.
This is the Minnesota Goodbye. So if you don't know anything about the Minnesota Goodbye, just Google it, and it's hilarious because this is true. So this is going to be a long-winded thing, but I'm just going to sign off and say good night, thank you, and Happy New Year.
That's because the heat is warming up your back.
That's your...
She's gonna miss.
That's a New Year kiss.
I'll wake her up and say it's still 2017. No, I want to sincerely thank you guys for comments, for watching, for encouraging us. YouTube was not gonna be something that I did much of. I was gonna share a certain few videos like of Sadie, and the comments are a very high incidence of positive and encouraging comments that I found very humbling. You guys, since we started, have restored my faith in humanity in some ways. I mean, I felt kind of cynical, like I don't like to share my life with anybody. If I'm at the local store and this is in the past now, when someone starts a conversation up with me, I'd be like, what do you want? I don't even want to talk because you have an angle. You're going to sell me something, or you're going to want money, or you're going to want, who knows? I didn't trust people until actually YouTube. Since YouTube started, we have met some of our viewers. Met up when we were in Chicago with a person that really encouraged and gave us a lot of advice on camera lenses. And it's been, since that time, I've been more open to meeting up with people and learning from people, reading your comments, and actually, even the comments that criticize me, if there's something that's in there that's true, I actually take that in and really think hard about things. Some things I just write it off and say, yeah, I am a goofball. I do have fun in life. I'm sorry for that if it bothers you, but life is something that happens every day. We're all there. We might as well make the best of it. And if I appear to be a goofball, it's the deep inside story to that is that life can be really difficult. And we've all been there in junior high or different parts of our lives where it's almost unbearable. And sometimes if you just stop and notice whatever's in front of you and make the best of that moment, that's what's going to get you through that moment. And I tend to gravitate to that. And I found that when I experience something better if I can share it with somebody. And so I shoot it on video. I shoot everything on video. And I edit it down, and the biggest challenge for me is not getting the video, is cutting down 15 hours to 5 minutes. And you've seen my videos are 12 minutes long. They're too long. My whole family tells me that. My videos are too long. And so is this. This is my ending. This is Minnesota Goodbye. Long story short is that I thank you each for your comments, good and bad. I thank you for the participation, for the encouragement. I am a changed man because of this experience, and it happens to be on the YouTube platform. But we're expanding. My daughters and I want to share things on Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat, and so it's a two-way conversation that I'm having with so many of you, and I am extremely humbled and extremely excited all at the same time. And now people are encouraging me to go live more. That is intimidating to me because it's just me talking, and I don't feel like I have that much value just when I sit and talk. As you can see, I ramble on. But there's sometimes where I can shoot a video and show a specific moment that made me happy, and I can only hope that it makes you happy too. And I'm hearing that in the feedback and comments. So I sincerely thank you guys and wish you, yes, looking forward to your videos in 2018. I look forward to your comments in 2018. A lot of what you guys say guides to where I go in my videos. And I love my job in aviation, and it's a career. but so is this. I'm looking at this as not a money career, but as something that I love to do. And I've always lived by that standard. Do what you love what you do. And I add one extra step, share it somehow. A lot of us share a fun experience that we had by telling people stories. And that's what I'm doing on here. So if you go live a lot, I need a moderator. Absolutely, and I'm going to look into that. That's a very good idea. You guys have so many good ideas. I just appreciate it. I look forward to 2018. I wish you guys a happy and safe new year. And a lot of people say wealth and prosperity. I say health and happiness. However you find that. Because happiness is in your day. Your job's to go find it. It's not even a job. It's a challenge. Go find the happiness in your everyday lives. I'll share some of mine. You guys share some of yours. Thanks for watching Frosty Life. Happy New Year! 2018, here it comes. Look out, people. Hey, how do I shut this off? That's always the challenge of going live. Is 36 minutes into New Year's. You guys are ahead of me. I'll catch up soon and make a video about it. Bye.